And even though it's the Classies, guess who hasn't pulled the live show up? I guess I don't have to, actually.
Yeah.
Not really when you're the host. Yeah.
Thank goodness. Then I did that on purpose.
It's intentional.
So maybe we wait like
Oh, sorry, hold on. Mine's not muted. That's on me. Rookie mistake. Okay.
I figure we wait a minute or two and then just go into it.
Sounds good.
So how's everyone's weekend going so far? Oh, go ahead, Kara.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take the opportunity to grab my coffee while we're like kicking out.
Well, no, you're not allowed now.
You have to be on camera at all times. It's in your contract.
Take us with you.
I'll be.
Yeah, go.
That's right. Like, just a little mini vlog. Like, hi guys, I'm doing my coffee. I'll be right back.
This is my kitchen.
I don't know who's watching the Classies now that's going to be there for our Orlando live show, but I'm really excited to discuss Orlando, once I finish the book.
I'm going to preemptively say, I don't know how I feel about this live show or this book for Orlando. I'm like, so many thoughts.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being buffeted, but I don't want to talk too much.
Yeah. Well, that will come in a couple hours, so.
Yeah.
But it is sure to be
Andy, you want to leave?
Quite a discussion.
Okay. I didn't realize Lan was sitting at the door expectantly.
Oh, poor boy. He's like, let me out of here. I'm so sick of hearing you talk about books.
And not vetting me.
Yeah. It's like really, honestly, a convenient thing that this year we had a couple months where we doubled up on reading things, because once our schedule got all out of whack and we like missed a couple months or like delayed a month, we ended up almost still reading 12 books anyways with the like the dual ones.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back.
Hi.
Thought I'd caffeinate while we were waiting.
Absolutely.
Good thinking. But now that we're all together, I think it's good to just sort of get started. So welcome everyone to the second annual Classies Award. I'm really excited to be hosting this year. Last year, Julia did a great job of hosting. Kara, you're next.
No. Here we go. Got to start preparing now.
I figured we could just go through a brief introduction, and this just came to me all of a sudden. Just tell me the book that you liked the most this year that we've read.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Sorry, I suppose I should have asked you sooner, but it literally like popped into my head.
No,
I love it.
That's
I love having surprises with this. Yes. And really one we should have expected. Like
Oh, it's our annual wrap up. What was your favorite? I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
The one with the words in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say, I don't know what else do you want us to say before our favorite book?
Just a quick intro. I assume people watching this know who we are, but just where can people find you? And
that would be so wild if this is someone's first Past It Classics live show. They're just like, let me see what this is about.
They're like, what's happening? Like, do they actually read anything? Like,
no, or yes, actually, this is evidence that we read a lot of things.
Exactly.
Yes.
We've read at least 10 things this year.
Yes.
Many things.
So my name is Julia. My channel is Shakespeare and Such, and that's also where you can find me on Instagram. I talk about books. I'm just going to keep it short and simple for the Classies. We're going to have an actual live show in a couple hours, and I'll do the full spiel then. My favorite read of Past It Classics of 2022, I'm going to cheat and give two answers because my full honest answer is A Raisin in the Sun, because that's the only book that we read this year that I gave a full 5 stars, so it's my favorite. But because it was a reread for me, I will say my new favorite book from the year was North and South. I loved North and South.
That was a good one.
And that almost got 5 stars for me, even though it took me so long to read. I loved it.
Finishing on camera.
Yeah. those of you who weren't there, go ahead and backtrack, go look at our North and South live show, and you'll see Taylor and Kara biding time and talking about things as I literally finish the book live.
I mean, but like Taylor and I kind of made you because you were like, I've read it, but you know, it was really fast. And we are like, we'll wait. Like, you need to read the end.
Read it better.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Kara. My channel is Wild Book Garden. I am still on Twitter, although we were discussing who knows what's going to happen with that. And I'm also on Instagram now. I have joined the 21st century. In the spirit of keeping it short, since as Julia pointed out, we're about to have another live show later. I also talk about books. Yeah, especially very passionate about reading very widely. That's one of the things that I really care a lot about. And I'm also going to give 2 answers. It's funny because I think, yeah, so similar reasons to Julia. My true favorite, I think, is Lady Windermere's Fan, but that was a reread for me. So my favorite new one was A Raisin in the Sun, which is like, I mean, they might even be tied actually, but yeah, excellent play.
And you know what, Kara? I gotta interrupt there and say you're right, because I gave Lady Windermere's Fan the same rating as North and South. So I really should have said both. It's so good.
So
it is so good.
I guess I'm going to be copying you guys. So I'm Taylor from Page Screen Taylor. I don't post on YouTube as much as I would like to. And by that, I mean, I haven't posted a non-Past It Classics video in like 2 or 3 years. But I hope to be more active on Twitter as well. And I read books. And I would say, just like you guys, my favorite book that we read this year was a reread. It was A Raisin in the Sun, which I really, really liked. And it was great rereading it like 10 years from when I first read it. But I will say my new favorite, like a book that I read that was new to me, was Heidi. Such a relaxing book.
I knew you were going to shout out Heidi when I was looking at like all our tallied like points and ratings from the year. I was like, wow, Taylor really liked Heidi.
I Can I just point out, I love our power that now that Julia is running an Instagram for us, Kier's like, I can leave Twitter. Everything here is gone. Like,
be free. You know, the little girl with like the butterfly. Evil extended. That's
I didn't even realize what that movie was from until I saw it, and I was like, that's the meme.
Okay, we need to talk later, Taylor, about if I can handle that movie, because I've been recommended it, but I'm scared.
We'll have to discuss, because it depends. Kier says that A Raisin in the Sun and Lady Windermere's Fan were 2 of her favorites and made me realize how much I loved plays. And yeah, I really like that. I agree. We read some good plays this year, and I actually don't have our next books up, but hopefully we'll have more plays in the future.
Yeah, I don't think we have any plays this year. Oh. But we have like short stories, some essays, different things.
True.
More plays in 2024.
Yes, that's the goal.
That is our campaign promise.
I mean, we've been going for like years and years, and I personally have yet to pick a Shakespeare play for us, so it's probably time.
That's true.
I think it is. I think it is time.
Okay, so I just wanted to give a shout out for our first Classies category. So the first one we're doing is the best book of 2022. And that is going to go to A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. And that was Julia's pick.
Yes.
Altogether, that play had an average rating of 4.83 out of 5 stars. And
wow,
is the highest, followed closely by Lady Windermere's Fan.
I will take a respectable second place.
I don't know if you guys have anything to say about that, or I can move on to the worst one, which I'm also excited about.
I think we all know, but
what do we all know, Kara? Hold on. What do we all know?
I think we all know what the worst one is, but
you guys want to guess before I say it?
No, I want to say one thing is that I in trying to find, Taylor, one of your ratings for, I don't know what book it was, one of them, I was like watching early parts of our live shows from the year. And there's one where Taylor, whatever rating you gave it, I don't even remember what book it was at this point, you like gave it a really good rating. And I was like, yes, I feel like I win every time I pick a book that you guys like. And so now I officially have one in picking A Raisin in the Sun. So
You have.
yes,
You have.
Now I will say
we're like, we're getting ready for the Classies, and here we are.
So we can go on to the worst book of 2022. I don't know if you guys still wanted to guess, or I can just say it out loud.
I'm assuming it's Clybourne Park.
It's gotta be. It's Clybourne Park.
Yeah, that was such a divisive like episode, live show of Past the Classics, because you had like this one really, really good play, and then you had Clybourne Park, which exists. So altogether, our average rating for that book was 2.1 stars. Oh,
ironically,
yeah.
Though, like, not only was it divisive because we loved Raisin in the Sun and had issues with Clybourne Park, but also I think the widest range of ratings for one book between the three of us. Because Taylor, you and I rated it so low, and Kara was like, 3 stars. I see good things in it.
And that was like a weird one because like part of my rating was going off of having seen it, which I feel like is not, I don't know. I don't know how to like factor that in. So it was an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Well, I think it brought a lot of interesting things to the discussion too. In terms of like seeing the play versus reading the play.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can move on to our categories, or we could discuss our own reviewer stats.
Ooh.
Let's just do go with the reviewer stats.
I was
feel like categories is going to provoke a lot of discussion. So we have our most forgiving reviewer, and that's going to be Kara.
Whoa, what a plot twist.
I'm not surprised by that.
I do think it might have been the Clybourne Park one.
Yeah,
because
that's what like pushed it over.
Well, that one, but also you tend to give like pretty higher, obviously, because this is the average ratings. And congratulations, Kara.
Thank you. I think because like the first year we did this, I was the harshest reviewer, and I feel like it's really funny that like now I'm the most positive. I think this year or this last year, I had a couple of ones that I already knew I enjoyed, and I think I guess the ones that we were picking were like more specifically things that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, character development. We love it.
Yeah, but I do feel like, everything we read this year, you were either we all liked it, and so, you had a higher score anyways, a higher rating. I keep saying score as if we're like judging these books in the Olympics or something. Literary Olympics. Or I feel like you were in between Taylor and I if it was a book that was like a little more divisive. So
yeah,
that tracks with me.
Yeah, because there weren't any this year that I really hated. So like I think that bumped up my average quite a bit. So.
Yeah.
Math.
So we do have harshest critic, which was me. Wow. Yeah.
Because that's also the opposite, isn't it?
It's the exact opposite. And I can just go ahead and go into our average scores for the year, or average ratings.
Wait, this is so fascinating now. Is it just because of the books that we chose? Like previously they really aligned with Taylor's taste?
I think that must be the case, because I feel like this year a lot of my ratings were like, I liked it, I didn't love it. And then you had Clybourne Park, which literally just dragged everything
just
down.
Tanked the group, yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction right now. I'm predicting myself as harshest critic for 2023. I don't know why. We've got such a vast array of books this year. I feel like I'm going to be mean. I just feel it coming.
we're going to specifically choose things we know you'll hate, so that way everyone gets a chance at hard.
Julia's worst year is the theme for her.
I've already tried to read and DNF'd. What is your book, Taylor?
Slaughterhouse 5.
No, the other one.
Cat's
Beloved.
Cradle?
No, we're not reading Beloved.
Oh, Catch 22. Catch 22. Sorry, Catch 22.
We're not reading that either. What are?
What?
Well, wait, is this
Years
our?
of
Is this
Solitude.
going to be our like February book? Is that what we're talking about?
No. 100 Years of Solitude. Is that how many years it is?
Oh, yes. Okay. And we are reading Slaughterhouse 5, Julia.
Yeah. No, but we're not reading Catch 22.
Okay.
But it had a number in it, so.
But I'm also scared to read Kurt Vonnegut. I don't know if he's going to be for me.
That's
so.
the one that I'm stressed about. We'll see. I have loved a short story from him, but I read it in high school. So anyway, this is not what we're discussing right
Okay,
now.
I mean, part of the Classies is for us to sort of discuss the year we had and the year to come. So, but I did want to read out before we go into most successful selector. I wanted to read out our average scores for the year. So, Julia, your average score for the year was 3.75 stars. Kara, your average score for the year is 3.88 stars. And my average score for the year was 3.6 stars.
Wow, real middling.
That's so funny that like they're all so close. Like they're all within like 0.2.
Here did say that she will not be reading 100 Years of Solitude again. She didn't like it the first time. Well, we can let you know ahead of time if there's going to be some spicy discussion.
Yeah.
I am very excited to see like if it's going to be as divisive as it is. So for our most successful selector, we have Kara, actually.
I'm not surprised.
Yay.
Yeah, so I took the average of our average rating for each of the books, took the average of that. You know what? I mathed it. You
mathed it out. Mathed it.
Julia also did the math, so she's also checking my work.
I got the same answers as you. Don't worry.
Cool. And Julia, you actually calculated the most divisive book we had this year.
Yes.
Can you share that with us?
That was also Clybourne Park, which is...
I figured.
Yeah. This was actually a really weird year compared to last year in that our ratings were much closer together, like between the three of us. I feel like in 2021, we had a lot of books where it's like two of us would give it like 4 stars and one person would give it like 2.5 stars, you know, like more.
That was me, yeah.
But no, this year we were mostly on the same page for the books, which is
and that makes sense with the spread of like average ratings, because it's like even the highest and the lowest, we were still within like 0.2, you know, because we did tend to like agree on all of them.
Yeah.
Isn't it great when the maths?
Me calculating everything. Thank you for sharing that, Julia.
Wait, I just want to see. Okay, so Kara picked Lady Windermere's Fan, a collective success. North and South, a collective success.
Wait, no, Taylor picked North and South.
Yeah, North and South was
me. Wait, North and South was you, Taylor?
Yeah.
I just associate it with Kara because I know she loves it so much. Had you already read it?
I had already read it, yeah.
No, had Taylor already read it?
No, it was my first time reading it.
Okay, that's where I'm getting tripped up. Okay, what'd you pick, Kara? The Nobility and Excellence of Women, which all of us were like okay with. Agnes Grey, which we all liked overall.
Yeah.
So the big hit was Lady Windermere's Fan, and the others were like, ma'am.
So if I hadn't have picked, well, okay, no, wait, you know what? Actually, I'm going to stand my ground here. I did not even pick Clybourne Park. I picked A Raisin in the Sun. And Kara, you said, I know a play that's technically a sequel
I mentioned that it was
we can read them together.
Yeah.
Kara's been sabotaging you.
This was my plan all along.
Twirling her evil mustache. The Classy is mine.
We've been duped.
Yes.
So let's go into our fun categories. I'm really excited for the discussion here. We have our first category, which is biggest trash man. So I don't know if you guys wanted to share what yours were.
Yeah, it's always a crowded field.
I did have to narrow it down. I actually chose 2, but
Ooh.
we'll see.
I was thinking about it and I was like, there's a lot of excellent examples of trash here, but why not go with the trash man who was trash in real life, Giuseppe, who Lucrezia wrote her essays about. So,
yes,
that's my nominee.
I totally
certified trash. Yeah. I think that's an excellent answer. If I was including, I don't know, it feels weird to pick like children for trash men, but I have to give it to like budding murderer from Agnes Grey. Like those kids are monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Like that little boy, freaky. Like
there's an AU out there where Agnes Grey becomes a true crime podcaster and has to like create this dark podcast where she's like, I once babysat for this like boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was killing birds. I tried to stop him.
So I chose 2. There's one that deserves it less. It's just pure incompetence. And one that him being trash worked for the story, but it still grinds my gears. So the first one is Lord Windermere, who just by like, he just, I don't know, he really annoyed me with his whole like, I'm going to make you think I'm having an affair with this woman. And you're going to be so upset with me. And I'm going to be like, you're overreacting. She's just at your birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
That ticked me off, but I'm also going to go with Walter Younger from A Raisin in the Sun.
I almost said Walter too.
Yeah.
I was thinking Walter.
He's like a good character and he works for the story, but my God, the way he handled money.
Oh my God.
And okay, the way he talked to his wife.
Yeah.
Like, because I agree, Taylor. He's a great character. What's that?
I said the way he talked to most of his family.
Yeah. But I remember there was like a couple specific parts where he said something to his wife about how like, well, you wouldn't understand how to do difficult things. Like you're just sitting here at home. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. Yeah, I agree with you, Taylor. It's like, he's a great character. He's so well written. And like, I can really understand, like we all talked about this in the discussion. It's like, I understand some of where he's coming from, but ooh, he made me angry. Like,
just like the bad investment. And he used his sister's money too. Like,
yes.
And he bullied his mom into giving him the money. That like every decision there, I was like,
Walter, why?
He goes in the category of Walters that are bad people and bad husbands. So it's just Walter Younger and Walter White.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go into our number 1 book boyfriend. Does anyone want to volunteer first?
I came prepared with my answer.
Go for it.
And I can't believe Kara's hemming and hawing as if she has forgotten.
I looked at our list and I'm like, oh, I know my answer.
Yeah. Okay. So Mr. Thornton is the man. I loved him both like just as a character in general. Like I would like if he's my book boyfriend, I'm great with that. But also I love him and Margaret together. So it's like double whammy. Like he's canonically a good book boyfriend and also like mentally a good book boyfriend.
Yeah. I also picked John Thornton. I love that man. Yeah. I will never not be a sucker for like those classics where the man is like, I love you desperately, but I'm going to leave you alone if you want me to. Like we love a man who respects a woman's space. And he's also like just wonderful in a lot of other ways. I will say my runner-up is the love interest from Agnes Grey. I really liked him and the way that like he and Agnes like respected each other. And I'm like a sucker for the animal thing. Like 2 of their big scenes involved him being kind to animals, like right in my heart.
So yeah, mine was the opposite of yours, Kara. My number one book boyfriend is Edward Weston. Just a very safe, slightly dull, but very kind man. I'm like, that is a safe man. He will bring stability to your life. So I've chose him as my book boyfriend. But what's his name? Thomas Bloom? No, Thomas Thorn? The one from
John.
North and South.
Oh, John Thornton, yeah.
John Thornton. I don't know where I was getting. But John Thornton was a very close second. Like I was waffling between those two up until I think maybe 10 minutes before the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if Agnes had described Mr. Weston as having earnest eyes, he would have been my book boyfriend, but she didn't, so he's not, okay?
She messed up. She goofed.
That's on
the
you,
way
Anne.
to Julia's heart is clear. Yeah.
So let's do our number one book bestie.
Ooh. This one, I did not have an answer prepared. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. If neither of you guys have an answer prepared, I can give my answer and my reasoning.
Do it.
Inspire us.
I chose Dante from Dante's Inferno.
Aww.
Because if you're his bestie or someone he thinks he could be besties with, he will write an entire book or like, what's it called? A canto? Or that's
epic.
Like poem. Epic, yeah.
Yeah, an entire epic about the two of you going on some adventure while he might be in love with you. And I'm like, I need a best friend to write me into their book. My second choice was Agnes Grey, just because she's very practical and I think we would get along very well.
Yeah.
But Dante is like the real one here.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Agnes because I really liked her, and I also feel like there's some characters where it's like I love them, but I don't think our personalities would mesh well. Whereas with Agnes, I feel like we really would get along. Like there's so many like relatable moments, like when she's like, "I'm in love. I can never tell him. I will take this secret to my grave." Like, what a mood. Yeah, and when she just like locks herself in her room, she's like, "Now I can cry on my bed," and I'm like, Agnes, like, same, but so yeah.
Oh, bless her. I think I'm gonna go with an off the wall answer for me, and I'm gonna say John Watson, because like if you can put up with Sherlock Holmes and like be his ride or die, you are a patient, good person, and I respect that. So
yeah,
that's a very good answer.
Like that's a lot to put up with.
Yeah,
especially book Sherlock, where he's like doing all of his silly little costumes.
Yeah,
his little disguises.
Yeah.
So while I'm tying up my hair because I'm tired of it already, let's discuss the number one villain of 2022.
I'll go first because it's related to my last answer. The obvious, the iconic Irene Adler. I love her so much. She's not even, I'm giving her the Milady treatment. She's not even a villain. She's the hero of the story. I love her.
Yeah.
And
if I'm going off of like,
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Taylor.
I was just gonna say I love her role in the original books where she's not Sherlock's love interest.
Oh my god, yeah. There's like a little bit of pining and that's it. I love it. If I'm going off of like villain character who I actually love, definitely Irene. If I'm thinking like a villain who is very effective and I hate them, let's see. I mean, I keep thinking of like Giuseppe, like the actual worst. But if I'm going off of fiction, probably that guy from Raisin in the Sun who caused all the trouble by being a scam artist. I hate that man and what he did. Like, I understand kind of like I don't want bad things to happen to him because he's also suffering. But I'm like, look what you did. So,
Those are good ones too. I
Yeah.
went with the Bloomfield family from Agnes Grey.
That's who I was about to say once Kara said, if I'm picking a fictional one who I hate.
Them too. Yeah, I already picked him for like, what was it? Trash Man. So
Yeah. The thing is, I was like, everyone in the Bloomfield family sucks.
Everyone.
You know what? I'm happy Agnes got out of that situation.
yes.
Oof. Because she was
Yes.
gonna get got by that little boy.
Yeah.
Now we have strongest character arc. And this one I actually didn't put an answer for because I didn't have one like right off the top of my head.
Yeah. I think I have to give it to my man John Thornton.
Aww.
Like, I love the way he developed and, you know, started critiquing capitalism. We love that. And I just cannot get over that scene near the end where like he goes up to Margaret, who had like heard part of the conversation. He's like, "Did I do good?" And she's like, "Yeah." I love it.
What a deliciously ironic choice, because I said Margaret. I like that. I mean, she didn't change tremendously over the book, in my opinion, but I think in her like Elizabeth Bennet kind of way of like, okay, I'm actually going to get to know people before I make these snap judgments about, are they a good person?
Yes.
Why they made this choice because they're evil? Like, actually, no, maybe sometimes people make bad choices for reasons that aren't because they're trash. Like, they have to learn and grow and, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, I loved that for her.
That's a good one.
I think I'm going to go with a North and South character and go with, why can I not get this man's name? Jake?
Who?
The guy from
John.
Jake.
I don't know
Jake
why
Thornton.
I can't. Jake Thornton. I don't know why I cannot get his name. I'm just gonna start rooting for all the J's. I'm like Jamal, Jason.
Okay, Taylor, just go by the formula of every Past to Classics book boyfriend is a John, right? We got John Gray,
True.
John Brown, John Thornton. They're all the Johns.
That's true. John Thornton, though. Margaret Hale is another good one, and that's probably who I would have chosen second. But I do think John Thornton, not just learning that capitalism isn't great, but also learning that, you know, Margaret is like not like not awful, and also just sort of like coming to love her and love for like what she believes in is just very, very nice to read about.
Yeah. It's like a very Mr. Darcy thing of like, okay, he's like a decent person underneath, but he needs to like treat people better. And I loved watching that.
Yeah. I think their personalities really are the reason why that book gets compared to Pride and Prejudice so much, because it's like the actual plot, no. But when you look at like, that character dynamic, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. What is our favorite canon ship?
Mr. Thornton.
I know. I think North and South, yeah.
We can't get over them.
With Agnes Grey a runner-up for me.
So, yes, for Agnes Grey, I do agree that Margaret and Jack.
Oh my God, Taylor.
John. I don't know why Jack is like stuck in my head.
That's a good name, but it's not his name.
No. John. They're really good. I think they are the best book couple that we've read. I did put Dante and Virgil with two question marks.
Oh, that's my runner-up pick, is that one couple from the Lust canto who he was her brother's.
It's the brother
her
thing.
Husband's brother. And they had the marriage by proxy. They're my runner-up. They were so small, but I loved them.
Were they the people getting like buffeted around by like the hurricane? Yeah.
Symbolic of the way lust takes a hold of you.
I guess we have to write that fanfic about those two people.
I know. Well, they're real. That's the best thing about, Inferno is that everyone is either like based on a story or based on a real person.
That's
so
true.
I just need to find like the historical documents that have their story in it. And then I can expand.
Yes.
Let's move on to our favorite non-canon ship. I also put Dante and Virgil with 2 questions.
Dante and Virgil with 1 question mark instead of 2.
Yeah. Okay, this is more of like this character is like my problematic fave, but the guy from Lady Windermere's fan who she almost runs away with.
Darlington! This is who I said,
I
Kara.
thought Darlington. Yeah. It's like, yeah. I have a weakness for him.
I was
so
really
I guess,
thinking
yeah. Yeah. It's like partly shipping, but it's also like, oh, he's such a great character. I would not be mad if you left your husband for him because your husband's kind of trash. Like,
yeah. That's a good one too. And that was yours too, Julia, or did
that
you?
was mine. I said Lady Windermere and Lord Darlington. If
that.
if they ran away and that was the play, I'd be like, well, thematically, I'm not sure what I got out of it, but man, am I happy for them. Like,
But that guy won't be inviting his mistress to her birthday party.
exactly.
that's right.
We would never.
Yeah.
And our favorite crossover ship?
I like how I react to all of these like I didn't know the categories. I'm like, oh.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. You know what? I did not have one prepared, but I'm making one up off the top of my head, and I remember neither of their names, so I'm going to need help. I'm going to say, what is Margaret's poor friend? What's her name?
Oh.
Bessie?
Yes, Bessie.
Okay. I'm going to say her with who was the nice guy from Heidi who like worked in the house.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really cute.
Yeah. He was funny. He was the one who like was taking her up the mountain at the end. He's like, you can take it from here. Bye. Like,
I feel like they're both nice. They're kind of from the same class level, so they shouldn't run into too many problems. Like,
yeah.
And I think she could use some laughter.
Yes. I support that, Julia. I also did not have an answer prepared for this one. And maybe it's just because they're both Italian classics, but I would kind of love to see Lucrezia and Dante, like, because she would like destroy him, and he'd be like rude but kind of hot, like.
And he'd just swoon immediately.
Yeah, Virgil, catch me, like.
Oh, what about a favorite throuple? Virgil, Dante, and Lucrezia.
Whoa.
I think Lucrezia would be like, the only thing worse than one man is 2 men.
So for my favorite crossover ship, I don't know how well this would work, but they were my 2 favorite female characters this year. So I chose Margaret Hale and Agnes Grey.
Ooh.
As my favorite
What a
couple.
practical couple.
Yeah.
It's a very practical couple. I think it would function very well. And also I want them to be my friends. So
Yes.
if I get 2 of them in one place, then I can make them be my friends easier.
Their household would run like a well-oiled machine. Like
Truly. So practical.
And that was the last of the categories.
Wow.
I know. I love going through these and sort of like reflecting on our year.
Yes.
Otherwise, unless you guys have any other categories or questions you want to bring up, we can go over our next set of books.
Or do you want to do member superlatives first?
Yeah, because Sarah's got her little thing.
Yes.
Here we go. Okay, I will say off the bat, the only one I couldn't think of one for was A Raisin in the Sun, because it felt kind of weird, like most likely to lose everyone's money. So, otherwise, I think I have them all covered. So let's get into this. All right, so we are going to be debating which of the 3 of us is most likely to do these things. And I just kind of went in order of when we read them. So, from Sherlock Holmes, Who is most likely to actually solve a murder?
Ooh.
Hmm.
My instinct tells me Taylor. I feel like you are very methodical. I feel like you don't have a lot of free time on your hands, which wouldn't be great for solving a murder, but I feel like it would overtake your other things. Like you'd be like, actually, this is my mission now, and I'm on it.
I'm pulling my way to the answer.
Yeah. You're just a thorough person.
I like that. I will say I like mess, but I don't like it when I'm involved in the mess. So if I start solving a murder, I'm like, I'm out. I can't have someone thinking I'm onto them because they'll come for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
That's
would
fair.
say, I feel like I could actually see Kara and Julia as a spunky like detective duo.
ooh.
Oh, I would love that. Miss Fisher style. Like,
Yes. Like one of you is
would
like
do
the very
that.
methodical one, and the other one is really good with people, so they could do a lot of the investigating.
Yes.
I like that. That's fun.
That's a good answer. I like that. Yeah.
Scrap the other thing I'm writing. I'm writing me and Kara as a mystery solving
And I'll be your man
duo.
behind the computer.
Yes. You'll be our Wade from Kim Possible.
I
Did you
will.
just say that?
Well, according to this TikTok.
Oh my God. Taylor's sending us Instagram messages and we're like, what's the sitch?
Yes. Oh my God. This is my new favorite thing.
Is
Okay.
it a meme or a clue?
I love that.
Okay, wait,
Yeah.
Nana, I don't think you're here, but when you rewatch this later, this is the next drawing I'm commissioning from you. Is the three of us as like Kim Possible style detectives.
Yes. Okay. From Lady Windermere's fan, most likely to have an absolutely wild birthday.
Ooh,
Do you like my pun? I like my pun.
I like it.
It's very good. I'm going to say maybe Julia. I don't know much about your IRL friends, but I feel like because you're very involved, although Carrie, you're also very involved in your local theater. But I feel like a theater adults like party would be a lot of fun.
Would be very, yeah. My answer I was thinking was Taylor because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like some of your stories involve things that it's like, this all happened in one day? Like, you're like, and that's how I ended up like starring in an episode of Law and Order. Like,
I wasn't sure if you were going with the used to be a sorority girl thing.
No.
I do have a story about that.
See?
Yeah, honestly, my instinct was to say Taylor too, if only because like you travel, and I feel like traveling in and of itself like creates interesting things that happen, but also like just more unique scenarios because you're in like different places. I do agree that particularly my theater friends, they can throw down, they can party, but I am notorious at not planning anything for my own birthday. I'm turning 30 in April, and this is probably the first like actual birthday party I'm going to plan for myself, probably since I was like 14 or 15. Like I just hate planning parties, so I don't have them.
Yeah.
That's also very fair. I feel like as I've gotten older, the more embarrassed I am at the prospect of having a birthday.
Well, now this is like a milestone and I have to do it. I'm going to be playing like 3090 from Tick Tick Boom. I'm going to be like playing Nothing New by Taylor Swift. Like anything that has like years in it, I'm like, yeah, she's still 23 inside her fantasy. Like anything with an age, I'm like, that's the theme, is I'm not old.
I like it. Here supports it.
Thank you, Tara.
Okay. From North and South, most likely to take a hit for their least favorite person.
Oh. None of us.
It depends on like what our least favorite person is. If they're like John Thornton, I got it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. If it's like John Thornton, maybe, but if it's someone like Walter Younger, I might just stand back. And I feel like it's the same with you guys too.
Yeah, like is my
Yeah.
least favorite person a hottie? Like that?
You're like, this will change my answer. Like,
Yeah.
If it's like Lord Windermere or Walter Younger, you're like, oh my god, look out. No.
Oh no.
yeah.
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 Ugh.
don't know
Are we all
either.
bad people?
Like, I feel like I like want to be the kind of person who would like, you know, do that even for someone I don't like, but in the heat of the moment, would I don't know.
That's almost the thing though, is I feel like whichever one of us is most likely to, it's not because we're like a better, more selfless person. It's because we would have some like good people instinct kick in and go like, whoa, and then be like, why am I saving this person? But you would do it anyways.
As you're getting hit with a rock, you're like, what have I done?
Oh, I messed up. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna say you, Kara. Just based on instinct, I feel like you would step in and save someone and then be like, did I actually want to do that? I don't know, but it's too late. I did it.
Yeah, when they go down to pick you up and say like, are you okay? You're like, don't touch me.
Get your hands off me. Yeah. I think that's how it would happen. Okay. From the nobility and excellence of women and the defects and vices of men, most likely to publicly destroy a rival in writing.
Could I say Kara?
I mean,
I was thinking me because... What's that? Go ahead, Julia.
I was going to say, we all saw the review you wrote for Save Me the Waltz. I think that is Exhibit A.
I was thinking me because it's like I have very strong opinions, but I have a fear of conflict. So like doing it in writing would be perfect. Like, love it. Yeah. I would do Lucrezia proud, I hope. Okay. I feel like actually we kind of know this one. Most likely to move to an adorable village in the Swiss Alps. This is, of course, from Heidi. Actually, no, because I was going to say Taylor, but Taylor likes big cities. So
I do. I like to visit small cities and then go like, where's the smog?
I can't breathe without my smog.
It's too clean.
My inhaler is just smog.
That's oh my god, that's like a plot point in a dystopian novel.
It really is.
Smog inhalers. They're like,
truly,
we can't survive without this now. We're so used to breathing it.
Yeah.
I could see like either of you guys moving to like a little village. Maybe Julia.
I was gonna say, the thing is, do I want to live in a little village? No. But is it something I would do solely for the aesthetic? Yes. So,
Julia would do it for the cottage core.
Yeah.
I would do it because I don't like
content.
Yeah. I would do it because I don't like going places or doing things or talking to people. I'm an introvert, so I'd be like, yes, I will have my like 3 people that I know and hang out with, and I'll just sit here in my little cottage.
And you can cook things over like an actual fire and have your little like
yeah. That the cooking
nice
over an open flame would not be as exciting. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'd have to have like decent indoor plumbing though, and like all of these like amenities. But
well, I mean, hey, you're on a mountaintop, so everything's just going downwards. So wherever you do your business, not your problem.
Julia, that's a terrible way to think.
I Okay, but this could be a combo answer. Like, I'll share the little cottage with you.
We could be cottage roomies.
Yeah, because then we have like.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm laughing because I'm picturing like this, but also our Kim Possible crossover. You're like rappelling off the side of a cottage on a mountain.
Naked mole rat in my pocket. Come on. Trying to cry myself.
Okay, what were you gonna say, Julia?
I don't know. I was just gonna be like, because then we have like companionship from someone like we actually don't mind talking to, and then you know, I can do like the cute aesthetic content. You don't have to be in it when you don't want to. I also love. I was thinking about this the other weekend, like 1 or 2 weekends ago, because I stayed home and I just like minded my own business, and I was like, I love like children so much, and I would love to be married and be a mom one day, but how am I going to give up having days where I literally don't have to say a single word if I don't want to? Like, that is such a gift. I love shutting up. I love silence.
I want that on a shirt.
Yeah, I love shutting up. I love silence. Yeah. And Taylor could come visit us from the big city with her smog inhaler.
Yeah. You're coming from Frankfurt, okay?
From Frankfurt, yes.
I'll be the city girl that blows in and then leaves.
Yes. I just thought of what I could have done for Heidi that would be really funny. So bonus round. Who would be most likely to stay up drinking with their bestie to catch a ghost? Like to have a ghost catching sleepover. I think, Julia and Taylor, I think.
Oh, see, but I'm too black to mess with ghosts.
Okay. It's Julia. It's Julia.
That's not a my people thing.
Yeah, that's a good point, Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the culture,
Black History Month, we're celebrating stereotypes.
And I, the white fool, walking into paranormal trouble. Where's that ghost?
Yeah,
there's a noise. We gotta go check it out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm halfway down the mountain.
Yes.
I'm out here.
Yes. Okay. Most likely, this is from Inferno. Most likely to write self-insert fan fiction and publish it.
Oh my god.
I think it's Taylor. I'm just saying.
The amount of like really bad fics I wrote in middle school where I was getting together with the one-eyed pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean, Abe Sapien from Hellboy, the evil elf prince who wants to eradicate all humans in Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
Oh my god, this sounds like the what's the song? The Mountain Escape from Journey of the, what is it? Hold on.
Please hold.
I wrote I wrote so much fanfic, and I was like, no one will know that it's a self-insert, but it's like all of the female leads looked like me, but were 10 times hotter, and also like I think 18.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they be? That's self-insert.
That's the whole purpose of self-insert fanfiction. Yeah.
I was like, she was 5'10", and I stopped growing at 5'2".
In the Hall of the Mountain King is what I'm thinking of. You know the song that goes dun 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 dun. Do you know the story about it? Because it scarred me in elementary school music class.
No, I don't know the story behind it.
Okay, so I think the version that we learned, we ended up like playing it at recess, and it like messed with my brain, and so I had changed the narrative. But so like the Mountain King is like a gnome or a troll, maybe a troll, I think. And so hold on, I just need to find the actual. I don't want to mess it up. In the Hall of the Mountain King. Okay, so it's it's in B minor apparently. Okay, so yeah, it's trolls. They're a bunch of trolls who live under the mountain, And then there's, where is the part? I think like either, I don't remember if it's a man or a woman, whatever, some kind of human ends up like in under the mountain where the trolls live. And they're like, oh yeah, you can stay here, but you have to like marry the prince or the princess, whatever the opposite gender is, because it's an old-timey thing. And then Athena's here. Well, that checks out. And
I was thinking of that version. So
And so they're like, yes, I will marry them, sure. But then they're like, but we have to make you a troll. So they're going to like do whatever scary stuff to make them a troll. So that song is like, it's escalating because it's them like sneaking out and then like running out, trying to escape. And it, to this day, like gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm like, that's so scary. That's so tense.
Yeah. I was thinking of that here. They're like the Der Erklieg. I'm not sure what it is, but it's like this old German folk tale that's like, it's like Elf King or something. So it's very similar. And it's like, do you know this one, Julia? It's like the man with his son, and they're like riding back on their horse or something. They're riding home, and it's all like cold and misty and creepy. And his son is like, hey, I see like the Goblin King's face or something. And like the dad's like, no, you don't. It's just the fog. It's fine. And so they keep going. And like all the stanzas are like this. He's like, Dad, I really think I see like he's like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And he gets home and his son is dead. Like he's like holding his son and he's like a corpse because he was right. It's like horrifying. I'm like, this is like like a fairy tale you tell to children.
I literally have goosebumps over my whole body and tears in my eyes. I hate it.
Oh yeah, it's like awful. I mean, if you look it up, like the lyrics are like very upsetting. It's like, you stupid man, listen to your child. Like, so anyway, I thought that was related to what you were talking about.
Low key though, that is the moral of all fairy tales. Like, listen to children.
Yes. Yeah.
Kier says, I only know about it because I was talking about Gilded by Marissa Meyer, and my roommate was like, I learned this tale in music class.
What?
I did not. I've never heard of this. I don't know where you guys got these. I hear it and I just imagine like a funny little like sneaking like song where you have your hands up like this and you're just
Yeah. I'm gonna look up one of the Der Elkönig. It's by it's spelled Goethe, but I think it's like Goethe is how it's said.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So yeah, like some of these stanzas, man, it's like, who rides there so late through the night dark and drear? The father it is, with his infant so dear. He holdeth the boy tightly clasped in his arm. He holdeth him safely. He keepeth him warm. And then it's like through the whole song, his son is like saying, hey, I see something weird. And yeah, it's so messed up. Anyway, I'll send you guys the link. No. It's a very effective like poem though, or like song. Yeah, but anyway.
In the Hall of the Mountain King also apparently has lyrics, but how did we do?
Like, I'm not.
Where did we start? How did we get here?
Wait. Which one were we on? Oh, okay. Most likely to write self-insert fan fiction and publish it. I was thinking Taylor because we were talking about fan fiction.
Yeah, we were talking about like an elf king, and I was like,
yes,
I have a traumatizing story to share.
And I was like, me too. Like, I think Taylor for that one because like I could totally see you just like publishing that and like not telling anyone that it's like fan fiction and waiting and like making a bunch of money from it and winning awards and being on talk shows. Then you'd be like, well, guess what? Like,
this is my Abe Sapien self-insert fanfic.
Yeah, like I could picture you going for the dramatic reveal.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, because if it was just straight up fanfic, I think it would be me, because anytime it is like a story that doesn't go the exact way I want, everyone's like, Julia, write about it. And I'm like, dare me, I will. Like,
yeah.
You think I don't want to write the story about Rose's mom and father and uncle from Rose in Bloom? I will. However, it's usually not self-insert, so
Okay.
not applicable to this category.
Okay, and our last one from Agnes Gray is most likely to have a meet cute involving an animal. So, like, you know, with the other person, but there's a cute little animal that brings you together.
Oh, I want to say Kara.
That was
I don't know how many cats you have, but I think it like a good meet cute for you would be like maybe you're both trying to help find this little cat's home or something.
Yes, definitely. I have 3 cats for the record.
3, okay. I knew it was like upwards of 2.
Yeah. 2 plus cats. I
could be 2, could be 10. Who knows?
We don't know. Yes, I definitely think I would fit for this one. I mean, even the fact that when we were reading Agnes Gray, I was like, I loved you immediately because he shows up and he's like, I rescued your cat. Like,
yeah, an easy sell.
Yeah, I feel like the way that other people react to like men with children is how I react to men with animals. Which obviously it's a huge red flag if somebody is like mean to children, but like,
right, or mean to animals, frankly.
Yeah, both are like very big red flags.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, men with children, men with animals. Taylor, what's yours? Men with
like what's a red flag?
No, what's the good thing?
No, like good thing. Green flag.
Green flag.
I mean, I like kids and I like animals, so those are both green flags for me. I would say a man who maybe if he doesn't read, he at least understands how storytelling works.
Man with narrative knowledge.
Yes.
A man with critical thinking skills. Yeah. Media
literacy. I'm laughing because it's more rare than you would think.
Oh, yeah.
Man with critical thinking.
Men with books.
Yes.
That's also.
Yes. I agree. All right. Those are my superlatives. Thank you for playing, everyone.
Yay. And Julia,
I feel like this is almost like truth or dare round because we all end up talking about very specific. It's like, here's my Elf King trauma. Like,
yeah.
Top 10 reasons why the Elf King made me need therapy.
Yes.
No, the idea of like, what are they doing to you to make you a troll? Because like the way my music teacher described it, and she could have been making this up, and she probably was, and it traumatized me. She was like, well, trolls have big eyes and pointy ears, so you know they gotta like. I was like, no, that is horrifying. So,
that is terrifying.
Yeah, literal body horror in my like 2nd grade music class. Okay.
Yeah,
2nd grade.
This was elementary school. Truly, we were playing this at recess.
Wow.
We were like, "Ooh, run away from the Troll King!" And I was like, "No, I'm running so far, you don't understand." Yep.
Yikes.
That actually, and you know what? I've always just been like a scaredy cat child. We sang a song around Halloween time that was, I guess, scary because it was in a minor key. I don't know. But it was called "Do the Igor," and it was like a little Frankenstein song. And all I remember from it was like, "Yes, master, do the Igor, lightning flashes in the night." And I remember literally nothing but those like 2 lines. And I still remember being like, I had chills in the classroom. I was like, this is scary.
Yeah.
Nina says, I think it's a good thing that I keep zoning out because I keep paying attention with your horrified reaction.
Yeah.
Look at Kier's comment.
You're alone in Elf King trauma, but then you find out it's a shared trauma.
You meet here. We're in this together. So scary. Okay, on that note, time for a little self-promo. All right, so this is everyone's reminder to follow our new Instagram, which is just Past It Classics. all spelled normally, no spaces or any sort of punctuation or nonsense. It's just Past It Classics. And that is where you will get reminders of what books we're reading each month, reminders of when our live shows are, fun, silly little memes taking us back to our roots, and miscellaneous things like little listicles and book recommendations and stuff. So do follow.
Yes.
And then, are we ready to share the rest of our books for the
let's
year?
do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Thank you.
There
Nana
is
says that Nana says I need to see a Frankenstein musical ASAP. Yes.
there's Young Frankenstein, which is way more silly and not very Frankenstein.
It's fun, yeah.
Musical. I would love to watch like a fully sincere, like Jekyll and Hyde type energy Frankenstein musical. So someone write it. Okay. It couldn't be me, but someone. Okay. Reminders for our 2023 books. So we have a live show in an hour and 45 minutes for Orlando, My Virginia Wolf. So if you haven't read it yet, you're out of luck, but you can still come.
Yes.
And that will be on my channel. In February, aka the month we are currently in, we are reading Women, Race, and Class by Angela Davis. And that live show will be hosted by Taylor either at the end of this month or early March. We will keep you updated on Instagram. Give us a follow. In March on Kara's channel, we will be talking about The Pale Lady by Alexander Dumas, which is a short story. So if you're in for just a wee nugget, now's the time. Then in April, I'll be hosting our live show for Poor Miss Finch by Wilkie Collins, which is like a Victorian sensation novel. So that should be a trip. In May on Taylor's channel, we'll be talking about A Room with a View by E.M. Forster. Very excited about that one. And then in June on Kara's channel, we will be reading 2 short stories. Kara, the queen of the short stories this year.
I guess, yeah.
I'm
throwing everyone a bone. It's like, let's take it nice and easy.
Yeah, instead of plays, it's short stories this year. So we'll be doing The Light Princess and then also The Day Boy and the Night Girl. And those are both by George MacDonald. Very hyped because you have been like getting me psyched for the George MacDonald literature.
Everyone prepare for your like mini TED talk on why George MacDonald is one of the best Victorians.
So excited for it. Then in July on my channel, we'll be reading The Blue Castle by Ellen Montgomery. Yay! My copy is annotated by Mary Margaret, so I'm like especially excited to read it. Oh yeah, and my copy of A Room with a View will also be annotated by Sarah. This is the year of me reading books that other people are like, here's my favorite book that I'm noted in especially for you. And I'm like, thank you. I love that. In August on Taylor's channel, we'll be reading the divisive 100 Years of Solitude by I'm just saying it now, it's going to be divisive. I already know this. In September, we'll be reading Dr. Thorne by Anthony Trollope. My copy just arrived like 2 days ago, so I got like foliage. That was convenient that it was right there. Okay. And that's Kara, if I didn't say that. And then for October, I'll be hosting our discussion of The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. And I'm so excited. That's like maybe the book I'm the most excited about for the whole year. I'm very hyped. And then in November, Taylor will be hosting our discussion for Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. And in December, we take a break for the holidays, and we will get ready to have the Classies for 2023 and announce another 11 picks for the upcoming year. Time flies.
Fingers crossed for all 5 stars this year.
Oh
We're starting off the year with wishful thinking.
I was going to say that's bold, but I respect it.
I think like it's going to be, I mean, it's always like a really exciting lineup, but I feel like this year there's like some that are favorites of like members in the group. And then there's some where it's like, who knows what's going to happen? Like,
Yeah, I feel like we have a
But-
couple picks that are very much a gamble this year, which should be
Yes,
interesting.
yes. I'm so excited for finally reading Angela Davis, though.
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm excited for some nonfiction. I feel like it's just a good change of pace mentally.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And with that, I think it's time to wrap up the Classies, our second annual Classies. We're looking forward to the third, which will be hosted by Kara. Just to volunteer you now.
Oh no, I was planning on it.
There's no escape, so you have to.
You're like, it's happening.
Don't forget to join us if you can at 5 p.m. EST, 2 p.m. PST. Yes.
Yes.
For our live show for Orlando, which I have right here by Virginia Woolf.
Oh, we got the same edition.
Me too.
love it.
I borrowed it, but
It's such a pretty edition.
It is.
it is.
So I'll be looking forward to discussing that with all of you guys and seeing you all in an hour and a half. When I have to desperately finish the book.
Yeah, I got a little smidge left.
Speed round. Got it.
Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us,
Yeah.
everyone. And we'll see you this year. Yeah.
Very soon.
We'll see you in an hour and then throughout the year.
It'll feel
Yes.
like a year.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.